Hi Pisces, welcome to your reading. Sorry, I wanted to make sure that you guys are going to be able to see the cards as well during this reading. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm Amber, and if you are returning, welcome back. This is going to be for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. First house reading. They are timeless, so if you happen to come across this January, February, March, next year, it will still resonate, should still resonate in your first house, okay? Go and watch the announcement video. If you haven't already watched it, you might want to pause this and go check it out. I think it's like 3 minutes, but it'll let you know about the first house altogether. I'm not going to get into that here. We're just going to hop into your reading. Pisces. First off, like, I have the water signs and the fire signs left to do for this particular session of readings. And I think that there's a reason why they ended up coming out together. And if I'm not mistaken, they came out together last month. My intentions at first were to do the fire signs in the beginning, and I don't know why, but I couldn't. So I did the earth signs and all of that. Anyway, there was a lot of fire energy that was coming out in your reading, particularly Aries. But Sagittarius, Leo, a fire sign altogether could be of some sort of significance. I also feel like there's an earth sign of some sort of significance, but I feel like this earth sign is sitting on the outside of whatever situation or circumstance that it is that you are going to be coming in contact with, or whatever energies are transpiring in your first house. I was cracking up laughing, Pisces, because when I was pre-shuffling your cards, I was already hearing, I told you so. I told you so. Like, and I'm trying to be nice and like humble on this video introduction, but it was kind of like, I told your ass so. You know what I mean? And so I don't know if that's you, telling somebody else that, or somebody else telling you that. And then when I was shuffling the reading, or shuffling the cards, I seen like the Four of Pentacles, and it was like this older guy who was standing outside of a brand new arrangement or relationship or something. It was like there was an older person or an earth sign or something provoking you to take some type of action, possibly towards an individual. And maybe they've been trying to tell you to take this action for a while now, and you finally have, or you finally will, or that person's going to bring an offer towards you, or whatever the case may be. But there's somebody hanging out in the shadows, and it's like, I told you so. Okay? So anyway, Holy Spirit, guardian angels, thank you for allowing me to be the vessel to give messages to Pisces for their highest good and their highest good only. Don't forget that you can book a personal reading down below in the description box, and like, comment, share, and subscribe if this reading resonates. All right? Spirit, what is the overall energy for Pisces? Okay, you got 2. All right. So you have the owl here, which is about following your intuition. It's about sacred knowledge. The owl overall is about sacred knowledge. Often, the owl is of course associated with the high priestess. So I very much so feel like this is your energy. It's water energy for me as a reader. But this high priestess energy could also be a Taurus. It could be a Scorpio, a Sagittarius, or a Gemini that's influencing this. Could be someone in your immediate environment, like I said, trying to get you to follow your intuition. And then the other card that you have here is Peacock, which says raise your standards. Who had that? Oh, interesting. It might have been one of the earth signs. It doesn't even matter, but one of the signs had a whole bunch of peacocks. Like, there were 4 or 5 cards, and all of them had a peacock energy. Are these clear? They are. All right, now, externally, you have confrontation here. Okay. I do feel like forgiveness is on the agenda, or it's on the menu. There seems to be a lot going on in your immediate environment, like as far as family members go, friends. There might be a lot of things that are transitioning and shifting around your home space, workspace, whatever the case may be. And I feel like that has your attention, but you're about to be confronted possibly, or you're about to confront someone because you're feeling provoked in your soul to do so. Tell me what the influence is for this being here for Pisces, please. What is the influence? Sagittarius, yeah, somebody's going somewhere. And externally, you have Uranus. Okay, so like I told you, there's an earthly energy that's external to this. Now, in Western astrology, Uranus is in Taurus, and it's currently retrograding. But in Vedic astrology, it's actually in Aries. Okay. Anyway, with Sagittarius here, there's definitely some level of like enthusiasm. There's some like anticipation that seems to be like bubbling over. To get somewhere, to go somewhere, for something to blossom or become. I was feeling very strongly, even before I started your reading, that the next 6 months are going to be very, very significant for you. A lot of you guys have already started something brand new. And the next 6 months, you're going to be able to watch this grow into something amazing. Show me Pisces situation, please. The Wheel of Fortune. But this, interestingly enough, this deck says the wheel of the year. Yeah, the change of the year. Heavy emphasis on Jupiter here. Expansion, benevolence, luck, generosity, new beginnings. There's definitely a vibration of seasons changing here for you. And I think that I just got chills all over. Wow. I think that you feel this intuitively. Some of you guys may have some strong placements of Aquarius. I'm feeling like there's like an energy that's trying to control what you already sense is coming. Then it's coming. So anyway, this is very beautiful. Like, for this to be your very first card, this is the strongest card out. This is nothing but positivity, change, things going in a new direction, and particularly I'm feeling like things are going to be going your way. Okay, tell me about the Wheel of Fortune being here for Pisces. The Eight of Pentacles. Yeah. Oh, and the Nine of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Pisces, I don't know what it is that you're doing, but you're doing it right, honey. Keep doing it. There's a 9 here as well with this Ace of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles. So you could be in your final stages of a project, of some type of work endeavor. You know, for whatever reason, I get a vibe that like money has been fine, or it has begun to turn up or turn around for you. And what you're missing right now is some type of emotional fulfillment, and possibly you've been manifesting love. For some of you guys, you have been quite literally manifesting the return of an old friend. Could be a Scorpio, like I said, from the very beginning. Even though this is a Virgo energy, I get heavy Scorpionic energy off of this. But for some of you guys too, it could even be a Sagittarius, or it could be someone who's on the cusp. That season itself could be very significant. You could have started to see some positive change and direction in your life around the end of October, all the way through like currently, while I'm still recording this reading. Now, externally with the 9 of Cups here, what's really interesting about the dynamic of this spread right now is there's a Wheel of Fortune in the center of this, right? So there is some type of change at heart. But what seems to be coming at some type of point or intersection is both finances and love, emotional contentment, fulfillment, whatever the case may be. What's lacking, or what is seeming to be brand new or on the verge or on the rise, is action and communication. I feel like that's going to be coming in for you very, very soon. Okay. Tell me, let's see. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune being, okay. Gratitude, yes. Thank you. You have happiness here. Like, this is so positive. I'm hearing I told you so again. And you know what? I didn't even say it in the beginning because I was trying to be humble. But when I first heard it, I felt like I'm the one, me, literally, I'm the one told you so. Especially for those of you that are returning. I've been telling Pisces for a minute now. Like, you guys, like, for the last several months, have been getting some really positive energies, but there were also some things that were closing out. And I feel like that's this Wheel of Fortune here now, letting you know that there's been some type of clearing. To have 2 9s here, well, this is a 9 here, right, with this 8 of Pentacles. Oh, well, that's a 10. Thank you, Spirit, for bringing that to my attention. Anyway, there are some things that are clearing out. Says gratitude increases attraction and opportunities. Little things count. Be grateful for all of your life. I feel like that's where you are with this 8 of Pentacles too. You're kind of in a space where, I don't know, like heavy on the seasons changed or are changing. You know, this is like an energy of taking out your old trophies and shining them up. And moving them around because you're preparing for a new trophy. Okay, tell me about the 8 of Pentacles, please. Okay, whoa, Ultimate Love came out upright, but I'm gonna put this back because I only want 1 card. Tell me about the 8 of Pentacles for Pisces, please. Okay. Respond versus react here in reverse. So like I told you from the very beginning, there's some lack of communication, or the communication has been delayed. With the Wheel of Fortune here, those things are starting to change. So this says express from a loving place. Old trigger or trauma yields drama. New beneficial thought patterns. This being here in reverse, I definitely feel like you haven't spoken to this person, but either this person is manifesting you or you are manifesting this person. Yeah, externally. Write it down. The universe has received your order. Pretty much. I'll have to ask if that's you or not. Could be a mirroring energy as well. But I do kind of get a hermit mode off of this. Tell me about the 9 of Cups, please, being here for Pisces, which is your energy. Challenge. Delay or detour, proving itself to be beneficial. Hence, you have the Wheel of Fortune here. Revise, rethink, follow the signs. Guidance, and this also says test up before leveling up. Something about your perspective needs to change about this situation or situationship or whatever the case may be. Okay, Spirit, tell me what Pisces would think about the 8 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune being here. Yeah, the 7 of Wands, and this was on the bottom of the deck a moment ago, so it coming out as a blockage, definitely, quite literally a blockage is an issue here. Not being able to speak to someone, not being able to reach them, that's about to change. This is like some live and direct energy. You have the Empress here on the bottom of the deck with the Ace of Swords. Yes. The King of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. Definitely feel like somebody's going to be coming forward. Tell me how Pisces would view the Wheel of Fortune with the 9 of... Oh, this card is flipped over. It's the 9 of Wands. Tell me how Pisces would view the 9 of Cups with the Wheel of Fortune here, please. The 9 of Swords. Well, this takes this to the 10. And so that lets me know that that 9 of Wands that just came out was very much so fitting, because you seem to be on guard because of a particular situation or not getting your wish in the past. Also, too, feeling like you may have been like extremely giving to a particular situation with the 9 of Cups here. What changed most recently is you taking on more of a selfish type energy, and I really don't mean that in a negative connotation. It was just you went into some reflective space, but I also feel like you've been ignoring your intuition, your emotions, your feelings, some type of gut urge to reach out, reconnect with a person, or maybe even making up your mind that if this person reaches out to you or reconnects with you, that you're done with it, or you're going to put your block up, put your wall up, or whatever the case may be. You have the Chariot here with the King of Wands. This is coming, honey, and it's coming really quickly. Now, what's interesting, I was literally in the bathroom. I was putting some makeup on my face to record this reading, and, you know, I sometimes study the cards, right? Well, of course, I study the cards more than sometimes, but oftentimes I'm doing more reading than I am studying. Okay, so when I have time, I do study the cards, especially when I get a new deck, which this one is a new deck. Before I even came in here or put my hands on the deck of cards, I was kind of seeing the Chariot in my mind's eye, and not necessarily for you, Pisces, but processing something that I've experienced in my life. And I'm going to share it in a moment because they're clearly telling me to stop speaking in code and share it. But something that I've experienced in my own life in the past, and after I was thinking through it, right, like this Eight of Pentacles energy, like taking out your old trophies and, you know, reflecting on your accomplishments or whatever the case may be, and coming to some type of conclusion about where you are now with the Seven of Wands here, right? Because there's not a sense of moving on or victory or anything like that. And even the action of like blocking out something hasn't taken place. There's just like a stop or a standstill while this Wheel of Fortune energy manifests. I used to live in Arizona like some 4 or 5 years ago. No, yeah, 4 years, 5 years, about 5 years ago. And I lived here for a little while, and then I met who is my ex-husband now, but I met him here. I got married, moved to Georgia, and then I got divorced, and then I moved back. And I had to start my life all over. I left everything behind. I left my real estate license, everything, right? So when I came back here, there were parts of me that was like, well, let me try to pick up some of the pieces that I broke on my way out. One of those pieces being I used to work for Home Depot for several years. I loved working there, especially like with my background in real estate and stuff like that. I just got a kick out of anything construction, building, whatever the case may be. I get a kick out of it. Design, whatever. So I was like, well, let me try to go back to Home Depot. At some point, I was like $1 million sales agent for Home Depot. So I was like, what? They got to tell me I could come back. So I tried to reapply to Home Depot when I came back here and found out that I was not rehireable. I was like, what? And so later on, finding out, after I did my investigation or whatever, they said that I didn't give them a proper resignation. I think it was like a day off or something like that, whatever the case may be. At that time, which now was about 2 years ago, because I moved back to Arizona. At that time, I was very devastated by it. Not really knowing what like direction I wanted to take with my life, since I had let my real estate license go, the hopes of having a happy family and marriage and a booming real estate career, like all of that had kind of went out the door. And so it made me want to reflect back on whatever was working for me before I had reached that challenge, right? And so when I think about where I am right now, and I have a successful channel, I manage property, you know what I mean? Like, I'm fine. I just renewed my real estate license like a day or this morning or yesterday or something like that. So I very much so still have all of the tools that I need in my toolbox. But what's interesting is the fact that God had already made up his mind that I was going to go in a particular direction regardless of what I thought. That's the energy of the Chariot. It's like a one-way ticket, okay? Because although I thought I was making a U-turn or I was regressing or I was going backwards in life, the truth of the matter is that God was making me reflect on some things, but I was going forward. And so when I think about the Chariot, what's interesting about it, and I really just started to feel this about this card today, when you get on that Chariot, like, there is no going back. And so with this coming out right now in this particular energy, it gives me a vibe that Nine of Swords here, the Wheel of Fortune, you know what I mean? Like, this is onward. Like, you are heading towards some type of success. Even when I look at these two cards that originally came out, it's like your intuition is trying to lead you back to a place that maybe is familiar, you know, to you. Like she's taking off her mask, you know what I mean? So this is a place where maybe you feel comfortable. Interestingly enough, right? She's taking off her mask. Possibly a situation, a circumstance, a living arrangement, or whatever that was pre-COVID, coronavirus, pre-wearing a mask, or whatever the case may be. And so you possibly are spending some time reflecting on that. Your intuition is causing you to reflect on it. But the truth of the matter is, where you're headed and why all of this even transpired is for you to raise your standards. This is pretty deep. I just realized all of these planetary transits back here too. So definitely feeling like Wheel of Fortune being here. There are a lot of like divine things that have been happening to move you. All right. And so, yeah, Temperance here with the World. This is the definition of number 1, angelic and or divine intervention. And also like how this challenge card says, test before leveling up. That's either where you are or that's where you're going to be possibly at the end of January. You might be in that energy right now. Some of you guys may have just come out of that energy. All right. Anyway, too much time there, but I hope that that helped. What is the people that are involved in this situation or whatever this is regarding, what is their point of view of this energy? What's their point of view? Yeah, the Ace of Swords with the Chariot. Like, y'all hear and see me shuffling these cards. The Ace of Swords just came out here a moment ago. And I told you, like, there's some type of connection to this Jupiterian energy, this move. Remember, we just had the great conjunction as well. Jupiter and Saturn. And that possibly is an end, like that was for a lot of us, to be honest with you, that was like the reflection that we needed, or that was the cosmic event that needed to take place in order for people to be propelled back onto their purpose, or for them to take time to look back on all of the tools that they got along the journey. Chariot card. That are appropriate for the direction that you're headed in. Ace of Swords. You know what I mean? There's some type of clarity that you have achieved. Now, with other people or the people outside of you viewing this as the Ace of Swords, I definitely feel like you're being rather introverted. Possibly being very quiet. Like this is a lay low type energy. Okay? Tell me one more thing about how the external energies feel about this being Pisces situation. Justice, yeah. Definitely fair and square, whatever it is that you're about to receive. However this situation has played out, circumstances or whatever the case may be, it's fair and square. Externally, you have the Page of Wands and the Queen of Wands. This is still kind of like that I told you so. I told you so type of energy. You know, Queen of Wands, like she's sitting there and she's allowing this lesson to be learned by this younger energy or individual or whatever the case may be. Okay, Spirit, what's the energy of the Queen of Wands and the Page of Wands? As I told you guys from the very beginning, I felt like there was an older individual possibly. Queen of Swords with the shadow side. This is death here. Scorpionic energy, very, very transformative with the Queen of Swords. Yes, thank you, Spirit. This is you looking back. You're looking back, but what you don't understand is you taking the time to look back. Look, Ten of Wands, this is the same energy. You looking back on how you've transformed or how things have transformed, how people have transformed, your relationships have transformed, whatever this is related to. Particularly, I get a vibe of primarily your money and your relationships, whether that be love, intimate, familiar, or whatever the case may be. But there's some type of burden or some type of, like you've been on this long journey that you've trekked and finally you're arriving somewhere. But before you can go like the last few steps, it's like you're in this space of like recharging. At least this is the way that you're being viewed. But no, now it's starting to make sense too. Like that I told you so energy more so feels like it's you. You know what I mean? Like maybe people didn't understand which direction you were heading in or why you were doing this, and that. And now that you're here, excuse me, I kind of feel like you haven't arrived yet, but the moment that you do, it's kind of like I told you so. What's the universe's point of view of this situation? Ooh, the Lovers. Like when I say there's so much divine energy, yeah, 3 of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, and now the King of Wands. Yeah, heavy on the relationship here, possibly something you waited for. Yes, there's somebody racing in to communicate something to you, for you. This could be someone that is at a distance, heavy on the Aries energy. It could be someone with a significant placement of Libra and Earth as well. I want to pick these up though. What are we at? 25 minutes. Not too bad. Not too bad. Actually, let me leave these two out. Spirit, where is this energy headed with the Wheel of Fortune? The Devil. Now, this is Jupiter and Saturn here. So again, there's like a great conjunction type of energy, but I more so feel like it's releasing you from certain attachments. Yes, this is the Devil, but he's actually broken free of a cycle here or some type of bondage. Tell me more about the Devil being here for where this energy is headed. Oh, actually, the card, oh my gosh, the Ace of Swords. Okay, some of you guys are coming out of like some dark night of the soul. And I have to revert back to this because I thought that this was death. And this is actually the Devil, the shadow side. You have the Queen of Swords with the shadow side with the 10 of Wands. And then now you have the Devil again with the Ace of Swords here. There are two, I see airplanes. You have Sagittarius here with the airplane. You have another airplane here in this card. There's definitely some level of elevation or like rising again. I do still feel kind of like a death energy, like a transformation or a revival like type of vibe that's going on. Tell me, what is this Ace of Swords related to? Or what is it about? Judgment. Okay. Yeah, because you haven't, there's still some type of revelation that you haven't made. 4 of Wands, Page or Prince of Cups, that's your energy with 6 of Wands here. Yeah, it's like you're changing your perspective about your position and the victory that you just came through or are headed towards. This is still a 10 of Wands energy. So now it's like you're not looking at it to be burdensome anymore. Now you're starting to see the benefits of all that you have gone through. 5 of Wands, whatever struggle you've experienced most recently, whatever betrayal, cruelty that you've experienced. You know what I mean? It was very much so like a spiritual workout that you all have experienced most recently. Tell me one more thing about this situation. The next step. Yeah, so all the heavy lifting has been done. That's what I'm feeling. It says daily steps towards your dream, manageable goals, mentorship, doors opening, and success. This being here in reverse and it being here in reverse with the Wheel of Fortune, either this hasn't yet happened because some of you guys are behind the energy, but you've done all of the work that needed to be done. And now there's a Chariot type of energy coming in to move you. 10 of Wands. Tell me about the 6 of Wands and the 9 of Cups. Oops. So this hit the ground. It's how to manifest. Every time, whenever I see Hot air balloons, I immediately think of the North Node. I think of Soul School. I think of destiny. I think of getting outside of your comfort zone. That's what you have to do to run a marathon, right? You have to push yourself further than you've ever been pushed before. When you think about the Four Wands, that's more of a stationary type of energy. Again, this also too has like an Olympic vibe here. You've been a long way. You've come a long way, Pisces. You've come a long way. But everything, look, bottom of the deck, you have surprise in a way that you wouldn't expect. A gift from the universe, intense twist of fate, eclipse. Look at this. Another airplane, your own path. Trailblazing brings the greatest achievement. Heart and mind aligned. Unconventionally in authenticity. This is really, really positive, Pisces. I don't even know what else to say about it. Like, there's clearly some type of surprise here. There's something that has yet been unveiled. Hello. What type of action should Pisces be taking? Spirit, what type of actions? The Three of Cups. Yeah, you've done all of the heavy lifting. It's time to have a little fun. Especially those of you that have been in some type of hermit mode with the Eight of Pentacles here. Like, you've been focused on your work. You've been focused on your position. You've been studying, whatever the case may be with the Ace of Swords here. There's an energy of now, like, telling your story, communicating, coming out of hermit mode. I feel very strongly here. Yeah, and you have the Magician with the Seven of Swords here. Typically, the Magician, you know, it can be a bit of a negative energy sometimes, manipulative, whatever the case may be. But honestly, so this is Moon in Aquarius, and this is the Magician here, which is Moon in Gemini, or for me right now in this placement, is Moon in Gemini. That's exactly where the moon is as I am recording this. There's a full moon tomorrow, which I believe it's in Gemini, and this gives me a vibe that you're supposed to be preparing some type of strategy, especially for when this Wheel of Fortune energy kicks in. Some of you guys, November of 2021 is going to be quite the year, my loves. Tell me about the Three of Cups being the action. Death. I told y'all. I felt it. There it is. Yeah, celebrating some type of rebirth, some type of transformation, some type of end of a tough journey, the end of a marathon, or whatever the case may be. Like, he getting, like, yeah, give me my flowers, bro. Bring me my shit. All right, what is the outcome of all of this for Pisces, please? What's the outcome, Spirit? The Three of Swords, Moon in Libra. No, that's Saturn. You have the Ten of Swords, the Queen of Cups. Yeah, there's some type of, like, there's some level of positivity that's coming from whatever sorrow, heartbreak, whatever the case may be. Like I told you from the very beginning with this Nine of Cups, it makes me feel like you were first giving to a situation, and you most recently have decided to take on, or in the recent past, you've decided to take on kind of like a selfish type of disposition as far as people go around you. Is it still recording? It is. Bomb. Sorry, y'all. I had a cup of coffee. It's like 9 p.m. I done had a cup of coffee. Y'all wish me luck going to sleep. Anyway, I have to get these done, you know what I mean? Because I sure won't be recording tomorrow on the full moon. Can't do it. The energy be too heavy. To be honest, I don't even really like recording at night if I can help it. I try to record in the daytime because the energies are lighter. But every now and then, end up recording at night. Tell me one more thing about the outcome for Pisces, please. You have a Hierophant that has come out in a bit of a blockage. And then bottom of the deck, there it is. The Hermit. You have the Six of Cups. And then you got Judgment, which it actually says karma. And it says there's a full moon, y'all. Somebody's going to be coming out of hiding. The High Priestess, the Hierophant, whatever you want to call it in this particular deck, it's the High Priest. I told you guys from the very beginning with this owl here that I was getting kind of like a High Priestess energy. I don't know if it's you that's following your intuition to say something, or if it's somebody else that's coming out of the cold, coming Six of Cups. There's definitely some type of reconciliation or reconnection. Somebody has found the light. Somebody has received their karma. That could be why Virgo is here so strongly. If you're not dealing with a Virgo, it could be that person's 6th house. 6 Cups, the Hermit here with karma. It could be this person's 6th house. Okay, giving or receiving what it is, whatever they gave to you, they could be receiving it. And now it's your turn to receive. Tell me about the High Priestess being here, the High Priest being here, please. I just can't help myself. The Ace of Cups. And the 4 of Wands, baby, this is about a relationship, a reconciliation. With the 10 of Wands, and there they are again. The 10 of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles. Like this 10 of Wands, whoever had this burden, they're either leaving someone who they were committed to. Look, she got her flowers. Bring me my bring me my shit. That's funny because before I started this, I sprayed some Miss Dior. I think it's called Bloom and Bouquet. I mean, it's 9 o'clock at night. Why I sprayed some perfume, I don't know. But I did. And it was Bloom and Bouquet. Look, 2 of Cups. Knight of Cups. I can't make this up. 5 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, like somebody missed you. Big time. All right, let me get you some advice, especially before this other camera cuts off. What is the advice for Pisces? Okay. Luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. So like I told you guys, there's something significant about this full moon in Gemini and the next new moon in Gemini, which is going to be in 6 months. If I'm not mistaken, it's 6 months. Typically, a full moon to a new moon in the same zodiac sign is a 6-month process. But there's something about, there's something about that. And for some of you guys, it could have been 6 months ago. Like I told you from the very beginning, somebody's 6th house might have been activated, their karma. Some of you guys might want to go back and watch the reading from June. I told you so. Keeps coming to my mind. Maybe I told y'all about this in June. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, the energy is gaining momentum. Whatever the case may be, luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. This is particularly about the wheel still turning, okay? So things are still developing. I wouldn't make any rash decisions or whatever the case may be. I'd be very receptive at this time if I were you, because there's clearly something brand new and amazing that's trying to come in for you. Make sure you don't have your heart space closed off when it shows up. Pisces, that's your reading. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, especially if this resonates.